nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light. Readers and seekers in the night. Hopes and fears written in gold. Truth appears as stories unfold. Flip the cards, turn around.
Good morning, Jenna. So this morning, we decided we were going to start trying to change our morning habits, which meant I totally forgot that I didn't set up the schedule. So I apologize. I'm going to set up the schedule the moment I'm done with this. And I didn't even realize the time, so I came in here and oh my goodness. We are being healthy, trying to be healthy, get up at a different time, walking in the morning. It's the most unhealthy thing in the world. My brain's still not here. My goodness. But here we are. And this is a great way to say, okay, let's stop. Take a breath. Even if we started our day really kind of weird this morning. Maureen, Angelina, sorry about that. We're doing the healthy thing and we're trying to change our morning habits, and I forgot that I had not set up the schedule, and we're going to start walking in the morning now. Apparently, we're going to get healthy. So, one of us in our partnership here had decided we're going to start getting up early and going for walks and changing our habits. So, I am going to make sure that this habit here is fully maintained. But once again, there are no coincidences. Everything is an omen. And with all the walking, the eating a healthy breakfast, having mocha for coffee this morning, now it's a chance to listen to the cards. Like they're the sounds of the ocean. Oh man. Feet flat on the floor. Butt doing the kitty dance, making sure it's nice and comfortable. Checking in with the shoulders, which means much easier to take a breath, and then the neck. And now all that rescheduling my life has just come to this one point in time. It's like that's what sometimes life is just trying to get everything to this one point in time where we focus right at this one point in time. So it feels good to just be here at this one point. Do I want to make it 7:30 instead? No, because I would actually make it earlier. Because I like to do the meditation afterwards, where I come up with the 100. I have 100 characters in the YouTube title, so I have to. So each morning I meditate on the cards until I come up with a title that fits into the 100 characters. And that pretty much makes me late for work almost every time. But it's my way of saying, okay, what are the cards trying to say? And then it's not an easy thing to say what a tarot card spread is in 100 characters. But it is a good focus. So, this is the point where we get to check in with the universe, though. Yeah, I just need to make my schedule work around you guys and me. So what am I going to do here then? I am going to make our 3 stacks. And it's like each one is a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one is a different thought or idea. And if we believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one path. This conversation's a totally different path from this conversation. And the question is, which thread do we want to pull? And this morning, let's go with the Monday. Let's go with the center, or what I like to think of as what's right at the heart. Yeah, that the 100 characters is it's one of those things where at first it was a burden. It's like, oh my gosh, so how do what am I going to title this? But now it's become like a teaching thing because it's interesting trying to make the definition and being limited to that much space, which means I had learned through teaching other things with my day job that the more the more words you use, the less you know. The more words you use, the less you know. So if I'm trying to define something, an option that's in our software, I can either have a one sentence definition, or if I don't remember what it is, I'm going to start with, there's lots of things that you can do, and I'm not going to be confident. So that's why I try and come up with that that one or two sentence definition now, is because it distills it, and I guess, presents it in a way that, without with as little ambiguity as possible. So I'm going to do hour 3 in 1. And I'll flip. Good morning, Luce. I need to schedule more time with you. I was thinking about that. I'm going to be in Paris in 2 weeks. But we need to schedule some time because I miss you guys. So I'm going to flip each card over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. And our first card is the 4 of coins. And again, it just reminds me how much I like using different types of cards. I love the Rider-Waite-Smith. But with the Rider-Waite-Smith, 4 of coins, we have the person that's sitting there holding the coin, and they look so closed up. But coins are our element of earth, so they're our home, our health, our finances, and all the things that keep us grounded. And 4s. 4s are like 4 legs on a table, so that's stability. So based on the rest of the cards, this could either be about, sometimes water, money and things in our home. It's like water. If we hold on to something too long, it becomes stagnant. If we're not moving forward, it becomes stagnant. There's other times where it's important where we do become more conservative. But let's see what the next card is. It is the Chariot. So here we have our major. So the minors are the day-to-day cards. These are the welcome to the Monday. Majors are the destiny cards and the ones that we pay attention to. Minors are the ones that we do day-to-day that lead to the majors. It's our small actions that can have big consequences. So with the Chariot is about our self-will. The Chariot is about making a determination and saying, I will make this happen regardless. And it's interesting, I like to point out, is that these horses are pulling in 2 different directions, but they're following whichever direction our charioteer follows, because just from his self-will alone, not because of reins or anything else, he has them under control. The same way we have our impulses under control, the same way we make a decision, and we have them under control. So let's see what the next card is. It is the 9 of Wands. So, Wands are the element of fire. Wands are our passion, our drive, our creativity. Wands are the effort that we put in. So, when we get to 9 of Wands, look at all those wands. That's a lot. When you have 1 wand, that's an idea, right? And then you have 2 wands, we're making choices. But as we stack these wands up, this is all that drive and energy that we're putting into things. And so with this, it's about hunkering down. And sometimes when we are putting in all this effort and we're standing still and we're saying things like, this is how I'm going to, or this is how we've always done it, or my way, or the highway, or this I must do. It's all these musts. And that's a lot of weight and burden to put on ourselves, especially when we find that we are not moving, we're not flowing. We've become, set in our way. So the Four of Coins, that being conservative. And then the Charioteer saying, this is how it's going to be. And sometimes we put that burden on ourselves just by saying, this is how it's going to be. This is how it's been. This is about, what I'm used to doing and how we do it. I'm reading here that there's not much flexibility in here. And when we don't have flexibility, how much of a burden we put on ourselves. When we don't allow for flexibility, how much of a burden we put on ourselves. Let's see what the advice card is. And we have the Two of Coins. So here's where we're stepping back. Again, coins are our home, our health, our finances, and all those things that keep us grounded. We start off with one coin, and it's a seed, and it's so much easier when we first start something, when we first start it, when we first plant that seed. And then we let it grow, and then we let it grow, and then we let it grow. And sometimes we forget to take a step back and say, we still have a choice about what we want to do with this. So we get stuck in our ways. We don't move forward. We just make the decision, this is how things are. And again, it's that slow boil. So today, what is it that we are pretty much set in our ways on how we do things? So I know that for me, I have particular habits. Maybe with the coins, maybe about paying bills. It's like, this is how this is what I've always done. This is how it always is. And, I could be actually using bill payer, but hey, I'm old fashioned. Let me write a check. Or, what is it that we could do to actually relieve some of our burden if we would just let it go? Sometimes it's about taking care of ourselves, because it's hard to realize when we're feeling that Nine of Wands. So today the question is, how can we take care of ourselves? And what is it that we keep doing out of habit? That if we went back and evaluated, we could say, oh, I could do this a different way. So just look at how we might feel burdened today, whether it's in a relationship, because gosh darn it, I get tired of doing all the cooking. And I do a lot of cooking around here, so that's an honest statement. But that's part of that action, and it's part of my stuff with home, and I feel stuck in the kitchen. And I self-will it, but maybe I, instead of just taking on that burden, it's like stepping back and saying, you know what? Maybe if we got like 2 or 3 meals a week from Factor, which is this healthy frozen kind of food thing. It's like, it's a little expensive, but you know what? My peace of mind might be worth it. So let's take care of ourselves this week. Let's figure out what we have as a burden. And instead of self-willing our way through it, let's step back and see that we do have choices. And with that, once again, thank you all very, 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 very much. And take care of yourselves. take a look at what might be a burden. And instead of self-willing our way through it, let's find something healthy for ourselves. Take care, everybody.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. The stories we have found in the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance.